arms fall off till your abs get hard and your morals of the story.
What is happening, guys? It's Nick Boleto here from BoletoBrigade, and welcome to week 1 of my Olympic weightlifting journey. I'm starting a new series, Converting to Kilos. This is episode 1, so I have taken on a new journey here. I am starting Olympic weightlifting. This is going to be a summary video of my entire first week. As I'm doing this commentary, I'm actually on my second week already. But I'm just going to talk a little bit about this change. This is a major transition that I've made, and it's a transition that has been a couple months in the making, and that's what I want to talk about first is, I didn't just walk in the gym one day and just decide that this is what I wanted to do. So over the course of the last 2 to 3 months, I have been working pretty diligently on increasing my mobility. When I was full-time powerlifting, when that was my main focus, I was really probably only doing maybe 10 minutes of mobility work, and I was really only doing it on days that I was squatting. I really wasn't doing any mobility work on days that I was benching, and I would do very little on days that I was deadlifting. I just didn't feel like it was necessary. So, I was doing, maybe 20 or 30 minutes worth of mobility work per week. But the last couple of months, since the meet and even a little bit before the meet, I've really been, working a lot harder on it. So where I'm at today is more like 20 to 25 minutes, and I do a full mobility routine no matter what I'm doing. So even on days that I'm just doing bodybuilding type work, I'm still coming in, doing 20 to 25 minutes of mobility. So I'm up to 100 plus minutes a week, maybe as many as 150 minutes per week on weeks that I feel like I really need it. So improved mobility has been a process the last couple of months, and I've also slowly been working on the skills. You've seen it here and there in previous videos. Things like working on the snatch, doing some high pulls. Improved mobility allowed me to get into better positions for the front squat and high bar squat. I basically haven't done a low bar squat since the powerlifting meet that I did in March. So, slowly have been transitioning more and more towards the Olympic weightlifting style movements. And then when I started coming to this gym back home, I'm interning at the gym, so I'm working there in addition to training there, obviously. And part of the deal that I made is that I wanted to learn Olympic weightlifting. So they teach CrossFit classes at this gym, and every CrossFit class starts with a skill component, and the month of May's skill component just happens to be the snatch. So I've been working in with CrossFit classes 3 times a week or so to try and learn that snatch. I picked up on it fairly quickly, and I came in a couple times and was just messing around with some Olympic weightlifting, and the owners of the gym, who both train it pretty seriously. One of the owners actually competes in weightlifting. They said that my technique isn't anything superb, but my mobility is good enough that I really should be able to just kind of start weightlifting and sort of compensate for my lack of technique, continue using light weights so that I can build that technique. And it's cool. Every session my technique gets better and better, and I've really been enjoying it. So I increased mobility, and learning the skills is what I've sort of been doing behind the scenes for the last month to 3 months. And now I'm just kind of jumping right into it. So the program that I'm following is one that I got out of a book that they had at the gym. I think it's just called like Olympic Weightlifting. It's written by a strength and conditioning coach named Will Fleming. It's a 3 days per week program. So one day is snatch heavy, one day is clean heavy, and then another day is a little bit of everything, but I would say more than anything it's pressing heavy. And you're going to see bits and pieces of all 3 of those days for my first week, in addition to what you just saw, those bottoms up kettlebell presses. That's one of the accessory movements. So the way that this program is designed is, other than the 3 weightlifting days, you have just a list of movements that you're supposed to complete in every given week, and you can just do those whenever is convenient for you. And so that's one of the movements that I'm doing. So this program is a ton of pressing. It's a ton of just shoulder movements in general. Between traps and shoulders in pressing and pull form, I think I accumulated something like 50 sets of shoulders and traps this first week on the program. And this next clip, I just have a side-by-side of the same weight. One of them, I failed 2 of the 3 repetitions. I was working up to a 3-rep max, and one of them, I didn't even struggle to get all 3 reps. I just like plowed right through it. So it's kind of interesting to see that technique really is so important in this sport, in addition to mobility. I mean, my shoulders were kind of not in the right position, which is why I missed the reps, but technique is just so important. I mean, if the one clip I failed 2 reps, and the other clip it doesn't even look like I was trying, just because I was getting in the right position, using good technique, and I have 3 successful lifts instead of 1. And so yeah, I'm really excited about this. When I got into powerlifting, I had squatted, benched, and deadlifted before. So, it wasn't totally new, but this is completely new to me. This is a whole new journey for me. I hate to use the word journey because it just gets absolutely abused in YouTube fitness, but this really is going to be a journey. I'm starting from scratch, other than the mobility work and like very little technique work that I've done before just hopping into a program. But I'm really excited to see where this goes. I'm really excited to see where my squat can take off to, because I'm only squatting twice a week right now, but I think all of the just pulling off from the floor, in addition to the squatting, I think it's going to be a lot of fun, and I'm having a lot of fun already. I'm really excited about this journey. So I hope you guys continue to follow me, and those of you who are powerlifting fans, I apologize, but I promise that this is going to be fun. So stay tuned. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.